Welcome to Center Stage with ICS Theatre. In another installment of our series celebrating 10 years of ICST, we're speaking today with our very first formal ICST Planning Committee. As we heard in the last segment, as ICST grew in member size and popularity, a need was felt to create a formal body that would assist the artistic director in its day-to-day functioning. It was ICST's first step towards creating a working group that would not only be the face representing ICST, but also sanctify its presence as a serious theatre group. Please join me in welcoming our first formal ICST Planning Committee, Barkha Kishnani, our past artistic director, Sanjay Kriplani, Murtaza Sabir, Swagata Sengupta, and Priya Iyer. Anil, who handled our finances, couldn't be with us today. Hi, guys. Welcome to Center Stage with ICS Theatre.
Hi, Anaida. Thanks for having us.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, it's good to see everyone.
Hey, yeah, good to see the whole gang back together after God knows how long.
I
So
think it's been about 3 years.
yeah, let's get right to it. We talked in our past episodes, in our installments of this special series that we have going on about how ICS Theatre, the seed was planted by Barkhaji and Nandita in the past, and the founders and how this whole thing came about. And then we had, of course, initially a very informal guidance committee with Sanjay and some other members. We talked to them as well. We had a very lovely chat with them. Tell me about the next step from going, into the informal guidance committee into to this the more formal committee. How did this come about, and when did this come about?
This came about after, I guess we all realized that ICS Theatre was here to stay and that we needed to be formalized. And I think our very first committee was formed, the formal planning committee was formed in 2021. Correct me if I'm wrong?
Yep,
Yeah, that's when, we had Priya, Murtaza, Swagata joined the committee. Sanjay was there, and then the following year you joined. So it's like, all of us are, like you said, back here together. And let's hear from the others.
Yeah, I think it was a very interesting period, Anaida, because we were just coming out of the COVID shutdown. And I remember specifically when I kind of joined ICSE, it was during the COVID period. So coming out of that, after we had done a few online Zoom plays, I think it kind of necessitated um, a, a formal committee because it was almost like coming back on stage. And I think when we came back, it was the first time when we went back on stage after COVID. So it was interesting because yes, ICST has had guidance members throughout the years, but in conversations with Barkha and some of the other senior leaders of the group, it kind of made sense to formalize this. Considering that it was almost like, hey, we're going to come back on stage very soon. So having all those roles well defined, we had some new members like myself, Swagata. I think Priya was relatively new at that point as well. So it kind of made sense to have fresh blood, fresh motivation injected into ICS Theatre at that point in time. So taking the route of a formal committee was, I think, a very a great idea that we had Barkha had actually come up with, and I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah. And I think, not to go into the details here, but I remember one of our first tasks was also to come up with like the mission and the vision of ICS Theatre. And so we sat together as a group, we had a Google Doc, and then we had to like we brainstormed and we came up with we had some past direction already, and then we had new ideas to Murtaza's point, and then we came up with a new mission and a vision statement for ICS Theatre. So it was fun.
Yeah,
Cool,
and
cool.
we started doing a lot more too. Like prior to COVID, we did not have Zoom play readings, and so
Yeah.
that was added. Zoom performances. We started doing a virtual play for Pride Month. So we expanded doing things also. So a formal planning committee really did help.
Right, right. And that brings me to you, Sanjay, that you, of course, were already heavily involved with ICS Theatre since its very early days, and you were part of the initial informal sort of guidance committee or assistance committee that we had, helping Barkhaji with the whole, the process of really putting up the plays year after year. When this committee came about, and there were specific delegated roles, how did you find the transition, and what changed for you, and how better or worse, good or bad, whatever it may be, like what did you think of that?
Oh no, it changed for the better,
Yeah.
and like I said, we started doing so much stuff. So having people do specific things really did help. Like I mean, with the writing of the grants, or like I took care of changing slides during a Zoom presentation. It just did help, yeah,
Yeah, and
and
managing the YouTube and all thing,
Yeah.
all of that, right? That was also a
posting
big
stuff.
task.
Yeah, I always thought I got away with the easy work.
We couldn't do without you
I
on
don't think there was
YouTube.
any easy jobs there. I don't think so. I think everybody was very instrumental, and Barkhaji, like I always say, she's a master of recognizing people's talents and really putting them to the best use. So she really picked out, what everybody would be really perfect at, and she distributed the task perfectly. Was any of you felt like you were in over your head, or were you like, what the hell am I doing here? Was there anything like that?
Well, I definitely thought, what the hell am I doing here? When she picked me at the onset, but later on, as we spent months talking to the team, talking to Barkha, we got a better idea of the vision of where we're heading, what our roles are. So like I was doing marketing, so what am I supposed to do? Then she had me come up with a marketing plan. So as and when months went by, I think we started having these documents, and we started drafting up, what the rules are and what the requirements are. And I think that cleared up for sure, in my head at least, like what my role is. And so that helped.
Right. And Priya, specifically for you, you've been very quiet, but you were actually instrumental in getting this whole grant strain out of the station and on its way, on a new path. What was your experience with the process?
Well, it was again, as Sanjay said, I thought I got the easier job, and I'm saying that very comfortably now that I'm out. But there was a lot of structure already in place. So I didn't have to do too many things to change it. I just had to ensure continuity, and that we follow what the county wants and we hand it over in a good place to the next team. So I think that was something we all realized. Our responsibility at that point of time was twofold. One is to create a structure which will stay over a period of time. We create something which has some longevity. At the same time, do the programming in as many different and creative ways as we could. As Sanjay mentioned, the Zoom plays came around in Pride Month. But for me, I think the most important thing about this theater group was the inclusivity and the diversity. That was very much a core of whatever we did. We wanted to be more inclusive, we wanted to be as diverse as possible, and we wanted to be about the community. And that was a big draw for me. So I don't think I needed much convincing in doing this work, because those aligned with my overall goals as well. But yeah, we were we were juggling a lot of things while we were setting the structure so that it's very resilient. While we were doing the programming, we were also handling small and big things. And Swagata did not look like she didn't know what she was doing. I think she's the perfect marketing person. I have no
Absolutely.
patience for that. And she was just phenomenal. And so were you, Anita, when you were helping around.
Yeah, those videos started churning out like, one after the other.
Yeah,
Right.
I've
And
become an
even
expert at videos, that's for sure. And everyone knows here.
Mhm.
And that's a skill I use in my personal life too. So
that's what I meant. Barkhaji really knows how to hone in on people's talents and make the best use of it. Because I remember every year during the come show time, it was like chuck, 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 one thing after another. We were like churning out posters, and Swagata was uploading. It was like a factory processing line,
well-oiled machine. But I think by the end
well-oiled
of it, yeah.
machine. Barkhaji would give the instructions here. This would
And you
happen
guys
here.
would do it.
The posters would get made. Swagata would send them out. Sanjay was doing the YouTube links. It was all just happening one after another. And
I think
I
that was definitely the strength of our team. We picked up where someone else dropped or left, not dropped. So the cohesion was very good with the team. So it became fun to work because we are all stretching ourselves to do this. This is outside of our family commitments and work commitments. So if this were to become difficult and challenging, it wouldn't have been possible. So we made it fun. So that
It
was the
was.
best part.
right. And any other fun moments and memories that you guys would like to share? I know our Zoom calls sometimes, for the committee meeting started off serious and then ended up with a glass of wine.
Yeah. I remember Swagata had done this introducing the PC, and we all had a set of questions that we had to record and send her. And remind me how many, but our favorite TV show, without knowing any answers from others, almost hands down, everybody had Breaking Bad. We all came up with, Priya, you had
She had something else.
the
I don't
chess
Yeah.
remember.
one,
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Queen's Gambit. But
Queen's Gambit, yeah.
that was like such a coincidence, and
Yeah, you were
Yeah.
all drawn towards the same thing, right?
yeah.
Breaking Bad.
And I think
That's
that was
why I
the
think
most fun video too, I think. Like out of all the videos I made, I feel like that was the most fun video. Because it was like to your earlier point, it was a new structure. So we wanted to formally introduce PC. And other than the flyer and the write-up, we thought like having something fun about about each planning committee member would be fun, and it would touch the audience and they'll feel connected to us better. So there's a face to a name rather than just a name. So it was fun.
Yeah, it was perfect. And this was perfect too, talking to you guys today. It was, brought back some fun memories. So a big thank you to all of your past planning committee members for your dedicated service in steering this ship of ICS Theatre and bringing it to where it is today. Thank you so much for speaking with me today and again giving some time. Thank you again for everyone for joining me.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Anita.
Thank you,
Anita.
Anita,
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.